Good morning, my brethren. It's Brother Jernigan. I hope that you feel good right now. Hope that you're doing well. It's Friday, hey guys, it's Friday. So, thank the Lord for Friday. But anyways, let's talk Babylon the Great. Let's talk about who the Babylon the Great is, because that's another one of the brochures. So the next campaign, right? The next campaign that we do is the end of false religion is near, right? And that's the fun time when we go around and we take the brochures to the houses and we say, oh, the end of false religion is near. Babylon the Great is going to fall. And of course, our belief is that all other religions, of course, except for the Jehovah's Witnesses, okay, is false religion, okay? And God is going to destroy false religion. And that's fine and dandy, okay? That's fine and dandy. But let me ask you, my brethren, let me ask you, current Jehovah's Witnesses and ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, did you know what would happen also to the Jehovah's Witnesses? Take a minute to think about that. What was supposed to happen to the Jehovah's Witnesses when all false religion ended? Is that also written in the Bible? Because we know that Babylon the Great is all false religion. And of course, we're not false religion. We're trying to save you from false religion. But what does the Bible say? What will happen to us, since we're the true religion, right? Supposedly. Which, you know, of course, I told you I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. I told you I went to the elders and tried to teach them something, and they dismissed me from the congregation. So you know my position, right? It's going to become real clear, I guess, the more you guys talk with me, or the more company that we keep. But again, let's go back to the question. Since false religion ended, right, and Babylon the Great fell, what also happened to the Jehovah's Witnesses? Because of course, I have extensive experience asking this very question to the brothers, because I've been in public and they didn't recognize me and they didn't know me because I had on my street clothes, and they came up to me and they say, oh, the end of false religion is near. And then of course I asked the magic question that seems to give them so much trouble. Okay, well, when false religion ends, what will happen to the Jehovah's Witnesses? And just some, you know, funny stories is, of course, there's no answer. You know, they never answer. So, you know, it's important for us to know our the truth for ourselves. You know, one of my favorite songs is "Make the Truth Your Own." You know, shun the world, leave it alone. Right? It's a jam. It's the Jimmy Jam. Okay? I love that song, but at the same time, there's an object lesson. Okay? Make the truth your own. Well, what is your truth? What is the truth of Jehovah's Witness? The Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, what happens to the JDUBs when Babylon falls? What happens? The conversation always trails off into nothing. And then they promise and they swear, oh, I'll go do some research and then I'll come back. But it never happens, guys. And again, I'm not here to spread hatred. I'm not here to ban the Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not bashing. But my irritation with the organization and with the elders and with the publishers, my annoyance and my pet peeve is just this thing. Well, I ask you questions where I come with this issue and nobody has an answer. I mean, nobody. And then it's my fault for asking a question. It's my fault for being curious. It's my fault for wanting to know the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So again, I don't know if you had time to figure it out by now, or I don't know if your research has been sound or what exactly has happened. But I would really like to know, what you think is going to happen to Jehovah's Witnesses when Babylon the Great falls. Okay? Because, of course, if the Jehovah's Witnesses are at all adversely affected, okay, that would also imply that they too are a false religion, would it not? Okay? And of course, they cannot indicate themselves as a false religion. Never made that happen, right? Okay? But I'm telling you right now, there is no place in the scriptures. Now then, one I did have say, they went to Ezekiel and says, oh, they'll be dwelling in the midst of the earth, and Gog and Magog will surround the holy city. So what is that? Is that Bethel or Wallkill or wherever they are? I don't know where they are now. I haven't really kept up with it. But where is the holy city? Does that mean they're going to surround Jehovah's Witnesses, or when Babylon falls, are all the religions going to come to the Jehovah's Witnesses, or what? So I just think that that's really interesting. Now, look at the warning, I guess, in Revelation 17. Doesn't it say, "Get out of her, my people. Get out of her if you do not wish to share with her plagues. Share in her plagues and all of the disaster and calamity that's about to fall Babylon." Okay. Now, switching gears, you've got this news item, ISIS, right? You've got the Islamic State that's declared open war on all Christianity. If you didn't know that, maybe you should get your head out of the watchtowers and awakes, and you should probably go find out what's happening in your contemporary environment, okay? Because ISIS has declared war on all Christianity. Now, I suppose that all Christianity does not include Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Because when ISIS were to be unleashed on America, okay, which we currently have a president that is a sympathizer, a Muslim sympathizer, if not a practicing Muslim himself. So I don't think that it's a far-fetched idea, but just so we have a plan of attack, or just so we might even have an evacuation plan, right? When ISIS comes and starts tearing down steeples and crosses, I guess, what shall we do if they don't leave us alone, if they don't leave the congregations alone? That would make sense that God says, "Get out of her, my people." He certainly said, when you see the disgusting thing standing in the holy place, let those that are standing in Jerusalem begin fleeing to the mountains, right? So I equate this fleeing to the mountains with fleeing Babylon, okay? Because Jehovah certainly calls Jerusalem Babylon. He certainly calls Jerusalem Sodom and Egypt, okay? The places of worship, okay? They have profaned the name of Jehovah, some of us more than others, okay? So it would make sense to evacuate, okay? If there was a worldwide attack on Christianity, when the persecution starts, it makes sense that he says, "Get out if you don't want to share in her sins, if you don't want to share in her plagues. Get out, flee Babylon." So when I make the suggestion that they too will have to get out, they too will have to stop going to church, they too will have to flee Babylon and stop going to the Kingdom Hall, they all say, no, I will never flee Babylon. I am married unto Babylon. Wherever the brothers want to lead me, that's where I will go. Whatever the brothers will do. And so that's why, it's because so many of my brothers and sisters say this. They say, whatever the organization says, my question is, what does the organization say? And apparently the organization doesn't say anything. So maybe it's going to be a surprise party, when this all goes down, because we all know the end of false religion is near. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that up, and I would love to hear, and I would love to know what you guys think. You know, what's the answer to this question, this quagmire, and this perplexing puzzle? Okay? So that's my 10 minutes. I'm Brother Jernigan, and I got this fellowship because I had questions.